Alrighty, everybody, welcome to another week of racing. This week we got some short track racing at Bristol Motor Speedway with ISNF's Season 5 in the next gens. Should be an interesting race. A lot of side-by-side action if you get the runs. Before we continue, let's go ahead and take a look at today's drivers. Alrighty, and that was a look at today's drivers. We got about 24, 25, 26, 27. I want to say about 28 drivers that are going to be racing. Mr. Thomas Stanley, my co-broadcaster here, he will be starting a parking for the 38. Now, with that being said, we got some interesting information to go over here, as we'd like to say. Happy Easter to everybody. As it seems like... Yes, it is. Give me one moment, folks, as FTK seems to be giving me issues. We did have to create another session for today's race. So I believe that is giving me issues as of right now. There we go. I believe we have got it fixed. Alrighty, here we go. So as we take a look, Bristol is half a mile in length. It is 250 laps, 0 fast repairs, 25x is the maximum incident limit you could get, 60% fuel, 4 extra sets of tires, realistic weather. I believe it should go into darkness, and the cautions are actually controlled by race control this race, and the stage brakes are laps 75 and 150. Geico restart zone is on for today's race as we're getting ready to go ahead and begin qualifying. Go ahead and take a look here as Mr. Eugene Thorne is out there. Interesting to note that this track, there are a few different ways you can run it. You can run very low, as you saw Eugene there. You can run the middle, or you can run high. It all depends on how the tires hold and how they kind of like your throttle control as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that holds up. Let me see here. As so far, James Bull is up top with a 14 point. Ooh, actually, as I just say that, Blake Lothian jumps to the top with a 14.44. Alex Eraldson jumping up to it with a 14.38. Ooh, as the 14 gets loose. Isaac Wilson in the 43s in third at this moment. Charles Robertson, the 20, sitting in fourth. Ooh, as he seems to get loose and hit the wall. Now, they do have 4 laps to qualify, as these cars, they do have quicker times as the tires heat up, so it takes about, I'd say, 2 or 3 laps to really get in the fastest lap you can. Christian Delgado sitting in 8th. Looks like Alex is going to try and capitalize with try and get at least a little bit of a faster time. Solidify his position at the top as Isaac Wilson jumps up to second. But it looks like he's not going to be able to, but he is still sitting on pole. Jalen Battle currently is 6th. Seems like Jalen Battle was able to move up just a little bit, up to 5th. And speaking of Christian Delgado, he actually won here in the trucks last night. Let's see how here, the 51 of Joe. Ooh, is my trading paints? No, everybody's in their proper. Yeah, everybody's in their proper uniform. 54 Brian Chu out there. Ooh, he jumps up to 6th place. Ooh, so with that win, ooh, Brian almost gets to the wall. That's going to do it for his run. And he's still currently out here doing his laps. Let's see, he settles at 15th after 1 lap. Let's see how his 2nd lap goes. Ooh, yep, it has come to an end. As your pole sitter is Alex Eraldson in the 9. Put up a fantastic lap. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's grid. Alrighty, so we got the 9 of Alex Eraldson, who actually finished 2nd last week. And he is our pole sitter. 2nd place is the 43 of Isaac Wilson. 3rd place is Blake Lothian in the 14th. Steven Sear in the 5, starting 4th. Jalen Battle in the 24, starting 5th. Brian Chu in the 54, starting 6th. He was out last week. I actually drove for him in that 54 last week. Charles Robertson in the 20, starting 7th. Jeff Weimer in the 2, starting 8th. James Bowles in the 48, starting 9th. Daniel Homer in the 22, starting 10th. Christian Delgado in the 77, starting 11th. And Christian Delgado actually moves to the championship 4 in the truck series, so congrats to him on that. Hugo Garcia in the 47, starting 12th. Next up, we got Joe Grijalva in the 51, starting 13th. George Kovacic in the 11th, starting 14th. Danny Solo in the 4, starting 15th. Michael Iskandar in the 1, starting 16th. Ria Ferris, the league owner, in the 12, starting 17th. Cody McCorkle in the 45, starting 18th. Johnny Castle in the 34, starting 19th. Jonas Skoglund in the 8, starting 20th. Rosa Laszlo in the 99, starting 21st. Brian Treadwell, good to see him back in the 13th, starting 22nd. Eugene Thorne in the 21, starting 23rd. Thomas Stanley going to do a starting park for the 38, is starting in 24th. And we got Matty Moniak in the 41, starting 25th. Zach Phillips in the 31, starting 26th. Chris Van Maastricht in the 17th, starting 27th. Robert Rowe in the 50, starting 28th. And Casey Tomlinson rounding out your grid, starting 29th in the 3. And I am being told to refresh my trading paints. So let me go ahead and do that over here. And I appreciate the kind words of me feeling better, because I did have COVID this past week. Which is why there was no broadcast last week, so my apologies on that, but I am back and good to go. As my broadcaster is in, and they're getting ready to take the green flag. And away they go. Green flag is taken. You see the 9 get a really good jump. And the 14 falling, it's the second in line, as you see the 43 running the high line, battling with the 24. Seems like that middle and high groove is definitely where the speed's at, just based on this couple of turns we've already had. What are you thinking?
With the next gens,
ooh, the 9.
middle.
Oh, we got a wreck over here in the back. Brian Treadwell up against the wall. Oh, and the 54 gets into him. Caution is out. Let's take a look at what happened there. So this started with Brian Treadwell. And let's go to Far Chase, because I think I already see what's going to happen here. Gets scared of the wall, comes down, hits the 8, turns him. And him just trying to keep out of everybody's way, just stays up top. And everybody just piled in. Well, that is caution number 1.
Now, I was not able to see what you and my computer keeps shutting down.
Yeah, what seems like right there is Treadwell coming out of the corner, got afraid of the wall, cut down and hooked the 8, and to avoid coming down, he just kept it up against the wall. Or that's what it seemed like. So, how many meatballs was there on that one? Actually, I might have just lost my... Yep, we lost our co-broadcaster as of right now. He will be back. Alright, so people in chat, who do y'all... Number of cautions. Over under, what y'all thinking?
So before I was saying, don't know exactly what all you went over in the broadcast before the race started. They have manual cautions tonight.
Yeah, I did mention that the race controls / admins are in control of the cautions tonight. I believe everybody's paints are good to go. As they're coming off, approaching the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out and away they go. 14 got a really good start, choosing the outside lane. See him running that high line. I'm telling you, I believe that high line is going to be the way to go this race. Ooh,
The
that
high
14.
line is always real good with at Bristol.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Once the tires start to wear, is it you kind of want to move down to the middle bottom, or do you want to stay up top this entire race?
I don't. Depending on the driver, I like running the high side with worn tires. The same, just because you do get that run off the corner. You're not very fast getting into the corner, so.
I mean, that's what it's seeing. It seems like on X is really where you're keeping up that momentum and you're able to get that really solid run. As Blake Lothian is under attack from the 20 of Charles Robertson. but it just seems like he just can't get the pass because of that run the 14 gets. As you see there, perfect example. Ooh, as I see smoke.
Yeah, it looked like the 48 and the 43.
Seems like everybody's keeping it clean though, running their line. Ooh, as the 20's on the outside of the 14 now. These guys are battling, and right behind them is James Bowles, who's run them down. And I did mention how there's quite a few different lines you can actually run here. You can run the bottom, you can run the middle, and you can run the high line.
Yeah, you can also do kind of what James is doing. He's kind of running low, high, and then low in coming out of the corner.
But we got a wreck somewhere. Brian Schroeder was backwards. Yep, Brian Schroeder was backwards on the track. And it was on exit. Ooh, I think he clipped the apron a little bit.
It looked like he just did the famous get loose.
Well, no, if you look right there, he clips the apron just a bit on exit. Loses control. And spins it out. Holding it up top. And everybody just came back around. Luckily, he... Ooh, he definitely got... He got the Tide car.
He got
And
the
the
Tide
net
car. He
code.
also the net code.
That was a real bad net code. I won't lie on that one. Who's the Tide car?
I think the Tide car tonight is Zach. Yep.
Does he have damage? It doesn't look like it. I know there is a new damage model for these cars. Am I not mistaken?
There is, and I am not 100% sure.
Ooh, Daniel Homer, what happened with him?
I will say the 31 does not have any damage that I am seeing.
How many people got meatballs, if any?
Just Treadwell.
I heard his motor blow, actually. With the...
Which honestly could be a blessing. They do have the 29x limit, but he already is at a 10x.
As the lights are off on the pace car. Ooh, there's a big old checkup in the. What happened there?
I have no idea. I came around trying to figure out what was going on.
Green flag is off, and away they go.
I am trying to get Josh a couple points here, doing my 1 to 2 laps here.
The
So
20
he can
jumping
get some
out.
points.
The high side is definitely the move. On restarts, the momentum you're able to carry and everything, you're able to put about a car to 2 car lengths. Ooh, as I think the 20 scraped the wall on the exit there.
As we got a car on the bottom.
I believe that's the 41. He just came back out. 34, Johnny Castle looking in the outside of the 50.
Which
Ooh, as the 50
just
gets
got
loose.
loose.
Oh, and the 21. 21 got straightened out. Chris is still on the apron, but he is off the surface, and it's a 1 car, so I think they're going to keep it. Yep, we're keeping it green.
Yep, as long as it is 1 car or they're able to keep it going, we will not throw a caution. As we got another car sliding up here, looks like it's the 1 car.
He's able to keep it going. I will say that's going to be the biggest thing, though, is just to hope that these guys... Ooh, caution's out. Ooh, we got a massive wreck here. So 51. Ooh, 31 got wiggly, got into 51. Oh, and he got nailed by the 99.
Now, I will say, just out here, I have done 10 laps.
So we see the smoke and everything. I mean, he hit the brake, and then for some reason, the car just does not want to turn.
Yeah, that is the one thing I will say that I have noticed. Just driving, it seems like a lot of people are a little not wanting to be cautious right now. They're just really wanting to get going.
Well, the biggest thing I'm seeing is the exit is the biggest issue for these guys.
It is. The exit, you'll get loose. Even if you're not trying to. But it is definitely one of those things that you...
Now, is there any beef on the radio so far?
There is not that I... Not that I am hearing. They definitely are complaining about the race.
Now the damage model on these cars, I believe they said that they were too durable, so I think they turned down that durability. So there's a chance we could see more meatballs.
That they did. But I also will say that very little damage is going to give you quite a bit of time to sit in the pits. That's the only downside now. They're not as fragile as the trucks are, thank God. But they are not the greatest
Don't
still.
remind me if trucks are gonna be here on Thursday for Rotopro.
As long as it's not dirt, perfectly fine.
Luckily, it is not dirt. The 51 commenting about the 99 getting into him, and yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that one. As they're getting ready to take the green flag, and away they go. Man, that outside line, especially with the restart zone, they get a monster just jump. Is the 48 of 22 battling? Danny Solo actually working his way up as well. Currently up 10 spots.
I feel like once everyone kind of gets in a groove, they should be able to kind of click off some laps here.
Yeah, I think if we get spread out and people can actually run the line they're comfortable with, we should be good. Ooh, as the 48 got a little wiggly. You look at the 9 and the 77 currently battling.
But I will say, just looking through, it definitely looks like most of the people have moved up to that high side.
Yeah, ooh, as the 77's back end clips it, and then a little further behind him, the 45 got a little loose too.
Yeah, if you put the throttle down too much too early, you're gonna get a little swirly. And I did notice in the couple laps I did, it is pretty easy to overdrive the corner.
Well, the thing is with these cars, I mean, we see it every single week where they don't like to turn at all. If you're on the throttle any little bit too long or too soon or anything like that, they just go straight. As we see the 22, the 14, and the 20 currently battling. Look at the battle for first. And you see how the 14 and the 22 are running that midline while the 20 is right up against the wall.
Which is, I will say, the middle line seems like it's probably going to be the fast line right now. The issue is trying to get underneath the 20 as he just kind of scraped the wall.
Ooh, I think 20 just blinked out. Or at least on my screen.
He did as on mine as well. I feel like that's the only way that they're going to be able to pass anyone is if the outside car scrapes the wall, slows down a little bit.
What do you think are going to be the over-under for cautions? It's like a 24 and the 2 battling.
I want to say, since auto cautions are off, we've already had, what, 3?
Yes.
I want to say 15 with the 2 stages.
That's not bad. I was actually going to go with, I think I was going to go with 15 as well, actually. All right, who's your pick for today's race?
The one with the least amount of incidents.
That's a very good point. I got
It's. I mean, this track takes a lot of skill to drive. I. It's just really hard to kind of pinpoint one driver. If I had to pick, definitely would try. I probably would pick Blake. Blake seems like the best person to pick right now. He loves short tracks. I'm gonna have to go with the 14.
fair enough. I like that pick because he's definitely. Now it seems like he might. Oh, as the 20 gets to the wall. Seems like he. Oh, as the 14 gets to the wall. It seems like they're pushing the cars a little. It seems like the 20 is starting to slowly pull away a little bit. But I think it's going to be a matter of who can be the most consistent with their wheel inputs. The person that has fallen off the most, though, is the battle for third. Jalen Battle is on the move. He just went around 48 as if it was nothing.
Jalen was kind of a low-key pick for me. I just didn't want to give him the broadcaster's curse. No offense, Blake. So
There's no such thing as the broadcaster's curse.
yeah, okay. I am curious to see with the leaders catching these lap cars.
Lap traffic here is going to be very interesting.
Especially because most of the people are definitely starting to feel the effects of the tires. So I'm curious to see on how that all works out.
With this camera angles, you're able to see the banking of the corners and just how well they're able to take these corners.
Actually, I want to change my pick.
Who are you choosing?
I want to go with Isaac or Steven. One of them two, either or. Toss up. Isaac, I know, is very good at Bristol. Loves Bristol. Steven seems like he's good here. And he just needs that win. He needs to get that monkey off his back.
Oh, as the 43, the two got into the wall and got into the 43. That could have been real bad, but luckily they kept it going. Now the 43 has damage on the right front. Oh boy.
As I say that, you know what? At least it's Bristol.
Yeah.
Bristol arrow does not matter.
I mean, Jalen's actually running these guys down, and he's running the bottom. That's the thing. Like, he's not running. Actually, he's running like mid. He's diamonding the corner sometimes.
Which I will say is good.
Now, I think Jalen's just having the issue of the outside just carrying that momentum. So it's making it difficult for him to make a pass. But I think lap traffic is going to be an important factor as the 14 goes up into the wall a little bit. Oh, Jalen had to check up for that one. Oh, 14 hits the wall again.
Now, I will say Jalen is definitely getting a lot better run going into the corner. Than the other guys are. As we're coming down to our first stage caution.
I believe it's at the end of lap 75, or I was about to say. Stage 1 has come to an end.
Now, with this caution coming out, I'm really hoping that the cautions breed cautions do not make a reality right now.
As you take a look, now there is dual pit roads, but I believe they're only using. Actually, no, they're using both
Nope,
sides.
they are using both sides. So definitely not the best way, especially if you did not get a good qualifying effort in.
Now that's one issue I've always had with this track is getting confused with pit roads. Now, if I'm not mistaken, under yellow you have to enter on the back stretch pit road and wrap your way all the way around to the front stretch. But under
Yes.
green, you could pit at your specific side. Am I not mistaken?
If I remember right, that's how it was. Granted, I don't know if they've changed that again or not. I know before that is how they've done it.
Now with that pit stop, the 14 actually missed his pit box and had to back up.
Which, as long as it's under caution, it's not too bad. A green pit stop mistake like that is definitely costing you at least 3 laps at the minimum.
Wait a minute, I just noticed we got 2 interstate battery paint schemes out there.
We do. Looks like George didn't want to run the twinnings of them. Of course, everyone that knows Joe Gibbs, they actually have a interstate batteries car for all of them in real life. I will say it's kind of funny seeing Brian out there. Main reason being is Brian Treadwell, or not Brian Treadwell. Brian Chu has rookie stripes.
Ooh, so we got someone calling out the 41. Saying hopefully the 41 car is done with trying to wreck lead lap cars.
Knowing who drives the 41, I'm going to say no.
It'll be interesting to see go back and watch this later on. as these guys are approaching the Geico restart zone, getting ready to go. Jalen Battle now in second. Green flag is out and away they go. And I tell you, that outside line it's the move.
Definitely on the start.
I wonder if they would get as, I mean, either way, the leader's going to get a really good restart because of the restart zone. Like, hands down, that restart zone is in favor of the leader all the time. Now, as for the line, I'm just curious as to if the inside would give you as big of a run. But as we see here, that 22 is all over the 24 as well right now. Oh, I heard a wreck.
As Danny Solo goes for a wild ride.
Ooh, got loose coming out of the corner. Locks it up. And yep. Ooh, and the 21 gets him too. I mean, he tried to save it, but with these cars, the moment they wiggle, it's like, hold on, you're just going along for the ride.
Now, the worst thing about that is James, Danny, and Eugene all got meatballs. So I'm kind of curious to see how, with the damage model
Ooh,
that they
somebody
iRacing
just
put
blew
in,
up. I heard a motor go.
that would probably be mine, sitting on pit road. I now have a meatball. I must have forgot to shut my car off.
So now we're down to only 13 cars on the lead lap. Because James Bowles is in 14th and he has a meatball. Eugene Thorne is meatball. Christian Delgado just went a lap down because he's going into pits.
Yeah. Now, as we say that, I will say James is still down pit road. I don't know if he lost a lap yet.
Yes, he just did.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, because Rhea
I know
Ferris
you.
has passed him and Rhea is lap down.
Gotcha. I will say the one thing that I am a little iffy on is Isaac is setting on pit road.
I actually did notice that. Could it
And he
be to
does
get
not.
damage fix?
I want to say no. The main reason being is Isaac knows that unless you're down on horsepower, you don't have to worry about what the body looks like. So I'm a little curious about that.
His RPMs are good, so if I had to guess, I think he did get hit pretty hard. So it could just be that he's probably figured, oh, there's gonna be caution, so I'm good. But you never know, to be honest. Did they delay it?
They did.
By the way, if you are tuning in for the first time and checking out the broadcast, feel free to hit that subscribe button, help spread the word, and the like. The more likes and the more subscribers, the better for the league and better for us, the broadcasters. So we appreciate all the support, as I believe they're going green this time around. Green flag is out. Ooh, as a 24 was actually able to get a really decent restart that time around. Isaac is still on pit road.
Yes, maybe he wants to go multiple laps down and make a comeback, win the race.
Who knows? Ooh, the 22 got Lulu. Ooh, the 8. Oh, he held on to it. Ooh, 14 got a little
14,
loose.
yeah.
What happened with Casey? Does Casey have a meatball?
Yep. He must have wrecked himself somehow.
Yeah, that left front is absolutely destroyed.
We'll say Isaac does look like he is back out on track.
Now, it didn't seem like Isaac had too much damage, so it could be that he just had to take care of something in the meantime.
Maybe. Maybe he had to go eat a steak dinner. I will say James Bowles just put it up on the race trailer.
I don't blame him because the hit he took definitely affected that car. Ooh, the 14. I think went for a little ride right there.
Yeah, he's as we have a caution.
Isaac. Ooh, it's Isaac. Oh, so he loses it, hits the right front. Oh, and the 41 gets into him, and the 45. Yeah. I'm afraid. Meatball for Isaac, or is he good?
He is good.
Wow. Considering that he hit that right front, pretty good.
He did. I will say Casey does have a black flag.
I believe Casey just hopped into the YouTube chat and said, I got loose, which is what we were assuming.
Which is normal. We'll say Brian just got his lap back.
Man, I hear some scraping metal like if something is broken on one of these cars.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I don't know who it is, though. It was when I was on the 45.
I will say, just looking through all the cars, the damage model doesn't look horrible. Definitely doesn't look like some of these people have too much damage.
Well, the biggest difference that I've seen is when they hit the wall, they actually lose the fender and the hood starts to flop around. So I think it could be like a cosmetic, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is they did more of a cosmetic damage update than a all around update. As Charles is picking the high side again.
That's a smart move on his part. As we've seen, the Highline has been dominant all race long. You can see how many incidents everybody has, correct?
Yes.
Anybody close?
No, not since they moved it to 29. The highest that we got so far is a 14.
Oh, that's interesting. As they get ready to go green, and we see just the big gap that the 20 gets. The 9 currently trying to get around the 14, but that inside, I feel like the outside is good on the initial start, but once you enter that corner, that inside kind of gives you that advantage that you usually look for. By the way, we were talking about picks earlier. One of them that you mentioned has worked his way up to the top 5.
He's due.
Yes, he is, as the Steven Sear in the 5 looking to get around the 22.
So I think we may have found the issue with Mr. Isaac. Looks like his pedals.
Oh, wow. Man, I will say Blake is really sending in there going up against that wall.
This is very true. I am kind of curious because I do know Bristol does have a little wall hack. That if you hit it in a certain spot, it will kind of get you faster without damaging the car. I don't think anyone's doing it.
Any battles going on right now? Seems like everybody's kind of falling in line. Ooh, we got one right here with the...
I feel like Jalen in the 9 car of Alex. Probably really the only battle going on.
The 22 looking to peek his nose right there, seeing if he could try and make a pass.
And I will say, the person that was a couple laps down, Brian, back on the lead lap, he is trying to make that move to the front.
Also, Eugene.
Yep, Eugene is on the lead lap. He is missing a fender on my screen.
Same here.
That's new. So that is something. But he's out there just plucking away.
Ooh, 24. Really sending in there.
Hopefully everyone's aware. We got Casey coming back out on track.
I will say I'm surprised that 21 is back on the lead lap.
The 21 has actually not. He's only lost one lap.
That's
And that's
surprising.
when he had that meatball. Oh no, okay. Oh.
Oh no. Oh. Yikes. I'm gonna be pretty sure people aren't gonna be happy with that. The 45's wheel is not pointing in the right direction. He is battling that thing back to pit road.
I will say there was definitely a lot of checkups going on. The 21 ended up getting into Rhea a little bit. And then the 34 looked like he got into the 21.
So, anybody commenting in chat? Because I definitely took out quite a few of the fast drivers.
As of right now, no. Apparently, I have lost my sugar packets, salt packets, whatever packets you want to call it. So I have to load back in. So just 1 second. Now I know what it feels like to be Mr. Moniac.
Now, we do have a stage caution at lap 150.
Yes.
We did have quite a few drivers come in and take pit stops. Jalen Battle being one of them. It'll be interesting to see how these fresh tires hold up. Honestly, I think it will play a little bit of an advantage. Anybody get meatballs from that?
As of right now, I don't know. I have to load back in. I don't think so. If anyone, it was probably Casey. I mean, Casey definitely was trying to get on the bottom. Unfortunately, Casey, you did drift up to the middle lane. That is why you did not get punted on the bottom, unfortunately.
Yeah, he says that he tried to stay on the bottom, but he got punted.
You definitely went up.
Green flag is out. Oh, the 17 did not get a good restart right there. Then try to take full advantage of those tires. Charles Robertson still up front, but the 9 of Alex Aronson right behind him. And then there is about a second gap to third place. The 9 trying to make a pass on the 20. Side by side. It seems like if you enter high and cut it down, you could get side by side. But if you enter side by side with someone, you lose so much momentum because you have to let off a little bit earlier by the looks of it. Let's take a look back. Brian Chu and Steven Sear, even though being involved in those wrecks, are still running pretty good, running 9th and 10th. Jeff Weimer's having a good run here, running 8th. Ooh, as the 47 got loose. Hold on to it. Ooh, he kept that good. As Blake has gone around the 9. Now the 14's after the 20, trying to go for the lead. Ooh, the 20 is in the wall. Is the 14 gonna be able to complete the pass? If he slides up, he will. And he does. New leader, the 14 of Blake Lothian. Now the question is, will Jalen Battle be able to get around these two? Because he is on fresher tires.
But here's my question about that. Does Jalen want to get around them? Or wait because he knows they will have to pit?
If I know Jalen, he's going to go because of stage points.
He did get 3rd stage points in the first one. I'm finally back in again. Don't know exactly what's going on.
Well, Jalen was able to get around both of them pretty easily with those fresher tires. But Blake has pulled away from the 2. Three laps until the stage comes to an end. Steven Sear is up to 8th. Considering the fact that he was just involved in that last wreck, seems like the car is handling pretty good still. Kiko Garcia in the 47 also having a really good run today. The 8 of Jonas Skoglund too. He's running 4th.
This is very, very true.
And stage caution has arrived. Ooh, everybody check up. All right, so that concludes our stage. Second stage. Now everybody's gonna be entering pit road. Oh, Blake actually stays out, but Jalen comes in. Interesting strategy.
Now, my thought process to this.
Ooh, did somebody? I heard like
Don't
a car.
ask if it was blown up. It was me.
You blew up again?
Yes.
Man, they put a brand new motor in that car and you just blew it up again.
Worst part is it blew up as I got back into said car. So, yep, I wanted to hop in, see what the fuel mileage was. Does look like, according to the thing, if you have full fuel, about 150 laps.
Now, I think the biggest thing here is going to be the tires. That is honestly going to be the biggest difference for any of these drivers is fresh tires. As you see Blake, I believe he's going to take the outside, as you've seen all race long.
I mean, I definitely say tires is a factor, but it comes down to staying off the wall, staying clean, and track position.
Also lap traffic, as we saw earlier. Steven is sitting in third. Now, he is going to have quite a few cars with fresh tires, but it'll be interesting to see if he can hold up against them. Ooh, the 8 got a little bit of a squirrely restart. 24, Jalen Battle's going to be able to get around him on the outside. So is the 9 by the looks of it. Ooh, actually the 8's putting up a fight on the inside a little bit. And there he goes. He settles in. Rhea Ferris has gotten her lap back and is back on the lead lap.
This is true. Woo! Brian got a little...
He's in the wall. He is in the wall. And they're good, but that was a massive checkup. Oh, I think Brian has something broken.
Brian is broken, unfortunately. Looks like his night will end early.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough hit. Luckily, everybody kind of looked like they were able to check up in time.
Yeah, it looks like Jeff was the only one to kind of get into him.
The 20 car is on a mission right now, working his way up with those fresh tires. Jalen looking to the inside of the 14, trying to make a pass. Side by side. Ooh, the 14 was trying to pitch him down. These guys are side by side. The 20 has caught both of them. The outside just gives so much of a momentum that he can't stay side by side like that. The inside, it's a matter of those tires. Looks like the 14s are going to be able to hold off, but the 20 is on attack mode right now.
Now, I will say, looking at just the top 5 guys right now, if it comes down to it, who will use their bumper?
Charles will. I'll put that.
I know Charles will. Definitely, I feel like Alex will.
Alex will. Yes, I'll agree with that.
I feel like Steven will, just to get that win.
I was about to say, if it's for a win, I could see Steven poking his nose in for that win. Now, as for Jalen, I think it would be a matter of who's in front of him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with Jalen. Blake, I feel like Blake would, but also I feel like he wouldn't.
I don't know, or maybe it's because I haven't raced with Blake too much, but I don't see him moving someone out of the way, because Blake has already won a race if I'm not mistaken, so he's locked in if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see him. I think it's more.
You are right. Yeah.
I think it's more of the people that really need to lock themselves in that would really do it.
Jalen's already won though. Blake has won. Charles has won. Has he not? I cannot remember.
I don't know. That's actually a good question. The 17 of Chris is up 20 spots in 7th right now. And he has a lot more opportunity to pass as he has caught this pack.
He could be the underdog winner. Granted, I would love to see Chris win.
Ooh, what happened there? The 11. Eleven is sitting on the black part, but I think he's just waiting to see if he could get going, which he should be able to. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be able to get going.
But I will say, that was a hard hit.
That it was.
Which he does have a meatball.
Casey Tomlinson is back out there. Now, what caused that? Let me go back and watch this wreck real quick. I want to see what caused
it. Looks like the 11 just kind of cut Chris's nose off a little bit.
Ooh, yep. Ooh, and the 8 got collected up in that too.
That I did not see.
Yeah, the 8 got into him just a little bit. Ooh, what happened with Blake that he's dropped back to...
I would have to say it would be your tires at the moment.
Man, that just shows. Oh, it's a 17 smacked the wall hard. Does he have a meatball or is he good?
I am loading back in again. My internet does not like me today, apparently.
Well, right now you got the 20 of Charles Robertson in first and the 9 of Alex Erldson in second. Jalen Battle in third. And Steven Sear has moved his way up to fourth.
I feel like Steven is just low-key, just holding his own right now.
Well, here's the thing. We know Jalen took another set of tires. We know Charles did too. I believe Alex came in too. I wonder if Steven didn't. So Steven's on old tires. Now my question is, will he have an extra set compared to the rest of the field? Because he last pitted lap 126, while everybody around him last pitted 152. Ooh, there was a major happen there. Seemed like it was a massive checkup for some reason.
Now, I will say the one thing that Steven is doing that the other drivers are not doing is he's running very cautious.
Well, I mean, besides that one caution he got caught up in with Casey, I believe he hasn't been involved in anything else. No, I see Casey running just... Is that he just on the apron?
Could be. Probably
he is.
will be the safest spot for him right now. He is struggling with his steering right now.
Now, Charles Robertson has reached lap traffic. There's only 8 cars on the lead lap, by the way.
You will have that at Bristol. I mean, I do want to give Chris definitely his dues. I mean, he's running very, very good tonight. Even though he has been in a couple incidents. As I say that, see, I'm just going to stop talking. Blake actually has a meatball.
What happened with Blake?
I don't know.
Oh, he has no right front.
Yes, I just now synced that. But here's the thing. So Charles he's running away with it right now. Will Brian try to follow him and kind of run as a blocker?
I don't think so. I think he'll try and go to try, because how many laps is Brian down?
He is 20 laps down.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, he's not gonna go for his laps. He's just gonna be running.
That's what I mean. It definitely could play a little factor, especially since both those cars are identical paints. Now, I will say it definitely took Charles a little longer to get around that lap traffic right there.
Well, take a look at this. Jeff Weimer has run down Jalen Battle.
Yes, I was actually going to give him a shout out.
Oh, Jalen gets turned.
Oh, no.
Now I know they did say if the caution was in the black part, but that one right there, it was one car, but he was in the way of upcoming traffic, so good call on that caution.
Looked like Jalen just tried to take it in a little too hard. Slid up with Danny on the wall. Kind of had nowhere to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he checked, it looked like he checked up just a bit. Let me go to, now I don't think it should be too much damage on there.
It does not look like he has any damage. That I'm seeing, like, too much at least. But he is now a lap down. Because as of right now, we only got 5 cars on the lead lap.
I mean, there's only 47 laps to go. Now, here's the thing. The biggest thing that's going to affect that is Jalen's tires. Because burning them up like that definitely does take effect. And now we see here, Steven, Jeff, Alex, and everybody comes in. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this might be some of these drivers' last set, while others definitely might have a set to use. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yes, this is very, very true. Unfortunately, with it being a short track, I don't really want to pull anyone up and talk with them. Just on the safe side.
Well, how many cars are still?
We have 5 on the lead lap. Running, we have quite a few still out there chugging away. Looks like we have 21 cars still out there on the track. 20, 21, somewhere around in there. So there's still a decent amount of cars left. Whether or not they're turning correctly, probably not. As I said that, George looked like he quit, so it looks like we have a solid 19. I will say Jalen got his lap back, along with Kiko and
Michael.
Mike, which Michael hasn't had the best of luck here recently. Running real good tonight, though.
Now look at this top 5. It's a new group of drivers we typically don't see. As green flag is out, and I mean, the outside is once again the way to go. As the 20 gets out to a decent sized group, the 9 right behind him, and right behind him is Steven Sear.
As the 21 gets a little loose.
That'd be Mr. Eugene Thorne. Now Chris and Jalen are having to battle through this traffic because of the whole situation. Ooh, as I heard
Now I
somebody
definitely.
on the wall. Ooh, look at Steven battling for second now.
I will say I definitely like Michael's attempt right now of just kind of letting everyone go, kind of riding it out. as looks like Danny solo again.
Ooh, let's take a look at that real quick.
It looks like it was actually Eugene Thorne. Yep, Eugene Thorne.
Ooh,
Looks like
comes
he
off the
lost
wall.
his other fender.
I really like how the fenders are now popping off, or at least parts of the car.
This is true. I will say he has. Yep, he has no fenders. But he does have a hood and a bumper. So I guess that's all that matters.
Christian Delgado's getting his lap back. Man, we had a lot of the typical front runners that got taken out early in today's race. I'm just realizing that.
This is very true. We'll say Eugene's the closest to that DQ limit. He's at a 24.
Oh boy, he can't even hit the wall anymore. Wait, wasn't it 25 for the DQ limit?
It is 29.
Oh, then he has one more wreck that he can be a part of.
He does have a black flag right now, or a meatball flag. Granted, he does have no fenders.
I think if Steven can get around Alex, he has a really good shot.
This is true. I will give you that. I will say Jeff is right there too. Like this could come down to Charles, Steven, and Jeff. I don't want to throw, none of the other guys out. Chris is up there, Jalen, and all them.
Well,
but
I think that caution helps Chris out the biggest because he was in all that heavy traffic and now he's able to start right up in front of with them.
this is true. Nothing against Chris. He's just not very good on restarts.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive everybody is. I mean, these laps are ticking down very quickly.
That is the advantage of running Bristol.
That is true. I mean, better than Bristol Dirt, to be honest. Because I was watching, I believe it was a league race at Bristol Dirt. And my gosh, these cars, they just drift up and slam the wall. It's interesting.
If you have very little skill on dirt.
No, these dudes were like 4 to 5K drivers on dirt. That's the crazy part.
Like I said, if you don't have skill. See, we all know the real skilled dirt drivers don't have high I rating.
Well, no, these dudes, they run. I've seen them run dirt, and they're pretty fucking good. As green flag is out.
Looks like Jalen got a real good jump on that.
He did. He's currently up to 5th, and he's honestly gonna be out on a mission.
Steven, I feel like the back half is just going to be there for points. I feel like Steven, Jeff, Jalen are definitely wanting that win. Probably Kiko as well.
Well, I think the thing with Steven is it takes him a little bit to get going, but once caution is out.
It looks like
Christian Delgado is what popped up.
Aria and Maddie Moniak.
Oh, Matty
Looks
Moniak
like Moniak doing his Moniak things.
got loose on exit. Yep, and slams the inside wall. Dang, that was a hard hit. Ooh, and Rhea. And Christian Delgado, innocent bystander to that wreck.
And
Blew his engine.
I will. Yep.
Does Rhea have a meatball?
I will say, as that was going on, Eugene looks like he ran into. So now he has 28x.
Oh boy. We are 25 laps away from the end of this race. Will it go green or will there be cautions?
Depends. In my opinion, I feel like once it gets 10 to go, I feel like once it goes 10 to go, I feel like there should be no cautions at all.
Well, this was the 11th caution. You said there would be 15. I said the same thing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, with some of these drivers, I would just be safe. I would just kind of take it easy, just run around, and I guarantee you there's gonna be a wreck. Unless they get
Guarantee.
separated.
Which is a very good song from The Offspring.
See Casey Thomas still running the apron.
Yep, he is just wants to finish the race right now. Surprisingly enough, as bad as his car's driving, he only has a 10x. It looks like Eugene's at a 28x, Castle's at a 22, and Moniak is at a 20.
Let's see here. As everybody's going around the pace car, getting their lap back, lights are out, so we should be going green this time by. Green flag is out. And the 20 gets a good jump, as well did Jalen. Jalen's on the outside of the 9. Oh, I think yep, Jalen's full sending right now. He's going to go as hard as he can.
Unfortunately, Eugene Thorne just DQ'd himself.
Smack the wall. Oh, Jalen got loose. Oh. Held on to it. He should be good. Look at the 47 and the 2. Sitting 3rd and 4th. The 2's all over that 47.
Now, I will say, with the way Jalen was spun, I just feel like he should have taken it a little easier. Ooh!
Oh, the 9. Kept it going though. Good to go. Kiko Garcia now in second.
I will say that definitely helped Charles out. Because Jeff did let up a little bit.
Jeff Weimer sitting in third and Steven Sear in fourth. And then you got Chris in fifth, rounding out your top 5.
Which, as long as he keeps it off the wall and clean, looks like he will get a top 5. I don't know if the 8 may have something for him. Not 100% sure. But I will say Kiko is definitely running Charles down.
As we're on board with Charles, showing you how he's running his line. See him drift it up and then cut it back down to that middle lane. And then right behind him is Kiko as you see him running the bottom. Jeff Weimer just right behind them. And then right behind them is Steven Sear.
There is a nice battle for 5th coming up right now.
I see that the 8 has caught the 17.
I will say Charles looks like he has
Spread the
just
gap.
pulled off. Yep. He's up to about 3.5 or 1.5 seconds now. But I will say Jeff has caught Kiko. I do want to say I hope everyone tunes in next week as we have full length Indianapolis.
Oh, that is right. We got the Brickyard.
We do. Which is going to be a very, very long race.
Yeah, it is. As we are at 5 to go. Unless there's a caution. I want to say
Charles definitely wins unless he wrecks. Who's getting second and third?
Well, it seems like Steven's actually running these guys down in front of him. It'll be a matter if he can complete the pass. But honestly, if Steven's going to try and make a move, he has to start making it now. Ooh. As 47, I thought they were going to make contact there, but they did not. Ooh, look at Steven on the high side. Trying to make the pass on Weimer.
I will say it does look like Weimer does get a good run off the corner for being on the bottom.
Steven's able to complete that pass. Charles coming to the white flag, and he should be good. The real battle is right here for second and third. Oh, Steven's trying everything he can.
He's just got a full sender.
Oh, he's trying. Oh, he's going to get third.
Oh.
Oh. Your race winner is the 20 of Charles Robertson. You see him do some burnouts.
I will say there was definitely some heatedness after the race.
Yeah, there was. I heard some wrecks going on. Not sure what it was all about, but I mean, I'm sure we'll see some penalties.
Looks like Danny got loose, ended up coming up and got into the 17,
Of
unfortunately.
course. I was about to say Danny and Chris, they
They
they go
they
at
they
it.
love each other.
They're best friends.
Now we're just waiting on, let's see here, Charles, Kiko, and Steven to hop up.
Steven will be the
Guess I
first one to
could,
interview.
yep, I guess I could pull him up now or hop down there. I have found the elusive third place finisher.
Hey, hey.
Steven, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, congrats on the third place finish. Heck of a race. I mean, you stayed out of trouble the majority of the race. I think you got caught up in that one wreck, with the three, if not mistaken. Was the car really damaged, or was it just minor, and you were able to still drive it the way you liked?
Yeah, it was superficial. I was a little worried when I came down and had like close to 3 minutes option. But none of the suspension components were damaged, so I knew I was still in it, still in this fight, and just had to avoid the chaos here coming at the end. It was getting a little caution happy at the end, but man, it was a hard fought the third place. Thought I had something for the 47. Ran out of laps there.
I was about to say, I saw you battling with that 47, trying everything you could to at least try and get to his outside. Now, if you would have been in position for that win, would you have used the bumper?
Yeah, it probably would have been, definitely would have crossed my mind. You know, flashes of days of Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace giving a bump and run. But I just didn't feel like it was worth it to go for second. Really happy with third.
You should
But
just
this
send
is
some over the fence.
well, I know Delgado there glitched out there for a second. He went flying over the 12 and myself. Flying. But yeah. Yeah, it was still a great points day. Third place. Yeah. Great. Nice being up front for a change.
Well, now you gotta look forward to the full length Brickyard. Was it the 400? Brickyard 400? Next
Yeah,
week.
got 400. Yep, full length race. So yeah, got to put some seat time into that, and yeah, how that's.
But alrighty, Mr. Steven, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and congrats on your third place finish. We'll go ahead and let you get back to your team and celebrate.
10-4, thank you.
Is there anybody you'd
And,
like to shout out?
Yeah, definitely. My girlfriend Katie. I know you're watching. Thanks for supporting. Ria for putting on the league, and you and Tommy for broadcasting this and putting on a good show for us.
Well, we appreciate that 100%, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
10-4, and yes, hopefully we can get all 4 HMS drivers.
Alrighty. Next up, we have our second place finisher, Mr. Kiko Garcia. Unfortunately, I do not see Kiko in Discord. So I will have to bring up our race winner, Charles Robertson. Alrighty, Charles, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Have to.
Well, congrats on the win. To be honest, you're the most dominant car out there the entire race. Whether it was fresh or old tires. How was the car handling out there?
It felt pretty good. I mean, I definitely didn't expect to have that type of speed. About halfway through the run, I realized how fast my car was. So I felt like if I could just put myself in position, I should get the win, and that's how it turned out. So I'm real thankful for that.
Now I know that y'all had to deal with lap traffic quite a bit throughout that race. How was it trying to get around them?
I was just making sure I didn't run them over or get into them and spin out. At times it was kind of hold me up, but at times they wouldn't. So it was okay. It could have been a lot worse.
Fair point. Now, with that being said, we are heading to Indianapolis next week. Gonna do a full-length Brickyard 400. How's that track for you?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I really can't remember the last two starts. From what I remember, I'm pretty sure I finished pretty badly. So I don't know. It's just one of those deals where you gotta wait and find out.
Well, alrighty, Mr. Charles. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And, congrats on your win. Is there anybody you want to go ahead and shout out?
Yeah, Rhea. She always does a great job. All the sponsors. It was a fun race. I definitely didn't expect to have that type of speed.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. We'll go ahead and let you get back to your team and celebrate this win, and we hope to see you next week.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, that was our first place and third place driver, as we did not see Mr. Geico, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and take a look at the finish results for today. As we have Charles Robertson finishing first. Geico Garcia in the 47 finishing second. Solid performance by him. Steven Sear having himself a great performance today, finishing third in the 5. Jeff Weimer, once again another new face that got himself a solid finish today, running that 2-car, finishing 4th. Jonas Skoglund in the 8, finishing 5th. Alex Eraldson, he was a solid performer, but unfortunately got loose towards the end and cost him a few positions, finishing 6th. Same with Jalen Battle in the 24, finishing 7th. Michael Iskandar getting himself a top 10 finish, finishing 8th. Chris Van Maastricht finishing 9th. Rhea Ferris, the league owner, getting a top 10 finish as well, finishing 10th. Daniel Homer in the 22, finishing 11th. Brian Chu in the 54, finishing 12th. Matty Moniak in the 41, finishing 13th. Christian Delgado in the 77, finishing 14th. Eugene Thorne getting DQ'd, but still finishing 15th. Danny Solo in the 4, finishing 16th. Johnny Castle in the 34, finishing 17th. Blake Lothian in the 14th, finishing 18th. Unfortunately, he got a meatball that took him out of the race. Casey Tomlinson running the apron towards the end as he got involved in a few wrecks, finishing 19th. George Kovacic in the 11th, finishing 20th. Cody McCorkle in the 45, finishing 21st. Isaac Wilson in the 43, finishing 22nd. James Bowles in the 48, finishing 23rd. Robert Rowe in the 50, finishing 24th. Rosa Laszlo in the 99, finishing 25th. Zach Phillips in the 31, finishing 26th. Joe Grijalva in the 51, finishing 27th. Brian Treadwell in the 13th, finishing 28th. And Tommy Stanley in the 38, doing a starting park, finishing 29th. That will do it for us today. We appreciate everybody taking the time to watch the broadcast. If you are already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, like the page, and go ahead and share it. More support to the league, to us, and we appreciate